about TikTok marketing, Meta marketing, Threads, and Facebook and Insta, and how to like what is better for your business. But I want to talk about my business first, so this way you could better understand it, like how I'm using it and where do I use it in which circumstance, and how quickly you could succeed if you use the following tactic. So the type of tactic I use several tactics, guys. But one of the most prevailing tactics that I use to get in front of my audience is by leveraging meta ads in combination with Hypism and TikTok ads. Now, when I say meta ads, I'm referring to the entire ecosystem of Meta. That includes Threads, Insta, Facebook, etc. And first, I wanted to discuss Threads and let you guys know how powerful Threads is. So recently, I've been doing all sorts of experiments to see what works. One of the things that works really well, based on my analysis, is the blue check mark on Threads, the verification check mark on Threads. Once you get it, you instantly, like I tested it out, you basically get a lot of more responses, more engagement. This is like exponentially more better for my brand, because before, when I would make any kind of responses, comments, etc., I wasn't really getting good results, because people would be like looking at the Threads icon and they would not really see it verified, and they'd be like, it's just another thread. But when you have a blue check mark, it's no longer just another thread. It gives people that psychological boost to be like, oh, I gotta listen to this guy. So like this move alone was exponential in terms of everything, whatever it is that I was doing. It's absolutely insane. I didn't realize how powerful that is, how powerful the blue check mark, especially if you have a lot of organic content. It's extremely powerful, guys. Like literally, people would start, before I would have maybe like 10 to 20,000 threads, and I would be making threads and getting really low engagement, like barely any likes, barely any comments, barely any followers. And later, of course, I modified my tactic, and later I started seeing like better results. But if I be honest with you guys, I think part of it is having some sort of a psychological trigger, a mechanical psychological trigger, like a blue check. That was that mechanical psychological trigger that I was missing. As soon as I got that, boom, instantly, like into any thread I jump in, immediate recognition, immediate. Not a lot of people willing to spend $15 per month because they find it questionable. But believe me, guys, I have no more questions about that $15. Now, of course, there's promotional period to get people to try things out and see how it works. But in my particular case, it was no brainer. Just like I joined with that blue check mark on Threads, on Meta, I did the same thing for Hypism and had my profile created and instantly started seeing results, because all of a sudden I was part of the cohort of other people building together. So if I have to summarize all of those components, Threads, Insta, Hypism, Facebook, and of course, if I had to like rate which one is the best and compare that to TikTok, I would say TikTok is the hidden ingredient. Like literally, guys, if you don't have an offer tied to any of those different types of platforms, then it will be difficult for you to make that sale. But if you have a offer and it's connected to TikTok, Insta, Threads, Facebook, and you have a blue check mark, then trust me, guys, it's gonna be smooth sailing for you. I couldn't believe how powerful the blue check mark alone was on Insta. She, man, I don't know why I didn't get it before, but anyway, I'm glad I did. I got it, and man, I'm seeing, first of all, incredible responses, incredible response rate. Now, that response rate may be meaningless to folks who don't have an offer, but it becomes very lucrative if you do have an offer. Now, here's the thing. If you create an offer, like when you create an offer, guys, if you create it on your own, then you instantly isolate yourself and end up not getting really any good results. Meaning you eventually you get stuck and run out of steam if you do this on your own. This is where Hypism comes in. This is where you can collectively create offers while bartering energies, where you get to level up by working together based on not just based on the hourly rate or by effort, but based on results. So how does this work, and is it worth it for somebody like you? Well, you see, guys, it's going to be too difficult for me to provide advice for you specifically because I don't really have any information about you. But I could only speak for myself unless I get some information from you. In which case, I could point you in the right direction. One of the ways to do that, to get pointed into the right direction, is to simply send me an email to info@hypism.com, which will take you through our funnel. And in that funnel, you're gonna get a quick 60 seconds survey that you fill out to help us better understand where you're at in your journey. So this way you could get that direction. So once you do that, it's gonna give us better understanding, and then we could point you towards your Freedom Fusion path. And of course, guys, if you're missing the direction, it's gonna be hard to build anything at all. But if I had to talk about TikTok and Meta ads, this is what we did just recently. We combined Meta ads leads into Freedom Fusion system CRM in a bi-directional way. So in simple words, right now we got a bunch of campaigns running. A very simple campaign that you could turn off and you could turn on. And then what happens is there's a little ad that is configured on Meta. And whenever people fill out the form, they are funneled into our feudal kingdom. Now, why do we use Meta? Why not TikTok? Why not like LinkedIn or Reddit or Blue Sky or anything like that? Well, the truth is, guys, we use all of them through Hypism. So Hypism is an American directory where you can register your business and get connected with other businesses. So this way you can construct your offer and get referrals from what's so called freedom founders, the types of people who promote your business based on the fact of whether or not you offer that referral in your profile. Now, once you include that referral in your profile and that you offer that, that will give our freedom founders an opportunity to make that decision for whether or not this is a lucrative offer and if it makes sense for us to promote that. But it will give you that bigger chance of building together versus on your own. I get a lot of digital sis reaching out to me and saying, Rome, like I made like $250,000 selling digital products, but then I have an international talent agency and $1 billion company named Pepsi who created a drink after my company's name, and now this company is picking up pace. And guys, look, many of those digital sis reach out and be like, well, shish, I prefer sales instead. At the end of the day, guys, it all depends on what you prefer first. If you have a mission, like helping, in our particular case, our mission is really simple. We want to help luxury pet moms over 40 and other types of moms spend more time with their pets, cats, kids, and dogs while not falling into social media addiction or AI psychosis. So guys, look, everybody's mission is different. It doesn't make somebody right or wrong in terms of which direction you chose. But in case if you're looking for that direction that you're missing, then take a look at Hypism. Simply send an email to info@hypism.com. So this way you could take a small 60-second survey that will make it easier for us to understand where you're currently at in your business, whether you're trying to build a business, whether you are freedom founder material or an existing business, the feudal lord, but bleeding a lot of money from freelancers who are not necessarily providing any return on investment. So we pretty much diagnose your feudal kingdom to see what is the best path for you as a person in terms of doing whatever it is that you want to do. Whether you want to learn how to make money with AI or how to build your own feudal kingdom in the form of a talent agency, or if you wanted to have your own TikTok shop store and make some money with that, drop shipping products from China and making a little bit of money in between. Whatever the case may be, our goal here is to make that reality. And thank you guys for joining. It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday, and I'm just I already had some coffee and I figured I'd just take you guys with me. But the lesson learned from here, guys, from this live, is go get your blue check mark on Meta. Get verified. Like literally, even if you're the smartest person on planet Earth and you don't have one sort of psychological trigger baked in a social platform that will give an indication that your advice is valuable, then you're going to be struggling to break through your ideal customer profile. And as a result, you may fall into social media addiction or into AI psychosis, even worse. So my best advice, guys, is do the following. Get yourself a blue check mark. Pay that $14.99 to Meta, and then register on Hypism. On Hypism, you'll be able to have your own profile, your own business profile that interlinks you to American businesses. Not the type of businesses who are just like fishing for sales or anything like this, but actual businesses that are making money. And of course, some freedom founders too, who are not making money but have very good skills in helping those businesses make money. And what Hypism does, it interconnects both types of people, and makes it a lot easier for you guys to get results. Now, how do we do that? We use gamified approach where we pick the feudal lord, we assign a cohort, gamified cohort that is tied to a specific game. For example, Threads Kitball, Threads Runman, and those games are explicitly designed to provide guidance for the freedom founders for how to play with one another, experiencing those hybrid skills in combination with one another, how to intermix the feudal lords' offers with each other's offers in a bartering manner, maximizing the probability for other people, other freedom founders, to promote your content in combination with their content while promoting the feudal lords. This is extremely powerful, guys. It's more than just powerful, it's absolutely bonkers, guys. I used to struggle trying to figure it out, like, man, how come nobody loves my offer? Like, my offer is fire, how come nobody loves it? I'd be like, man, there got to be something wrong. And there was a couple of elements missing. Number one, the offer didn't really interconnect other people in a mix of like one bundled offer that has elements of other freedom founders and obviously the feudal lord who I'm promoting. Why? Because I'd be focusing on my own feudal kingdom and not per se on others' feudal kingdoms. It didn't occur to me that I can get a lot further by combining other feudal kingdoms together with my feudal kingdom in one bowl of energy. That, think of it sort of like a snowball effect, where you combine multiple people together, and as those people join forces, join feudal army, the force, the energy gets stronger with every interconnection of that you make. Now, some of you will be like, well, I don't understand this, I don't get it. And guys, I don't expect you to get it in one workshop. It's not possible to understand this in one workshop. But in fact, it's not even possible to understand across all of my workshops. Now, why is that? Because it's all interconnected to memory cells and to neuroscience. Your brain is not able to comprehend or be encouraged or inspired to do something until you experience it and observe it in real time. Now, some of you be like, well, yeah, I don't know, because I'm still a minor and don't make money, but do your business is doing good? I mean, I'm not into that, I'm just studying. Can I ask you a question? So yeah, guys, you could most certainly ask me anything in our Ask Me Anything workshops. But yeah, our business is doing, how should I say it? For 2 years, not a single sale. Right now, we are international talent agency with our own American directory called Hypism, and we get insane amount of leads, guys. We get like 30 emails per hour. And the best part about it, guys, like, I didn't choose the path of focusing only on sales. I chose the path of building international talent agency. That's the path I chose. Now, granted, I didn't make any money in the process, but the path that I chose allowed me to do something that is very special. That is, how should I say it? I can't say that this path is ever gonna make me money, but if it will be a pretty good thing. But not per se just for me, but for other people. For other people who join this path, who inherit that power that was already created. And of course, guys, you can most certainly tap into that power by joining Hypism. Now, um, I'm amazed by your thinking process. Not a bad way, a good way. Amazed. Well, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And sheesh, I wanted to make like a snowball or something, like a snowman, but there's not a lot of snow, man. But let me tell you something, guys. I did some experiments yesterday just to see how easy it would be for somebody, let's say somebody like me, to succeed with zero sales, just to kind of give you an idea for how simple that is. So what I did is I set up TikTok, I set up Meta, I got blue check mark on Facebook and blue verification check mark on Insta. I ran simultaneously ads on TikTok and on Meta ads. Immediately, I got exponential results. Exponential results. People will be hitting likes, adding videos to follow, like at the favorites, saving, sharing. The list goes on. Exponential. Now, like, what did I do different? How come I didn't do that 2 years ago? Well, guys, look, you could do whatever I just did, whatever I described today. You don't need to wait 2 years. Now, what I did different is I decided to take an extra step going beyond of just building international talent agency, but positioning myself in your shoes. You know, folks who want to build business, who are building it in real time and trying to get leads and spending money. And so what I did, I went ahead and I set up that experiment to see how well can I succeed and how easy it is really for people with pretty much no experience to pull this off. And how long did it take me? Literally, guys, it took me less than 1 day to set everything up, like on Meta, on TikTok, to get verification, blue check mark, and have leads already coming in. Literally leads coming in, ending up on my messenger, Facebook Messenger, already being cooked and sent out automatically with email response by the system, and automatically already being literally engaging in, instead of 100 views, 50 views per video on TikTok, the videos already that I ended up uploading, just one video, one creative, the very same creative that you guys already know. Like when you look at some of my videos, you'll be like, damn, those videos are fire. How come this guy is not succeeding? So guys, the truth is, it's more than just a video. It's a combination of the video, pacing, and all of those social elements that I'm describing that algorithms like. So the bottom line is there is element of money. Now, the reason why you're not, like, you're stuck right now, guys, is because you have, first of all, you don't know precisely what to spend that money on. That is the problem you have right now. So if I said I'm gonna give you, like $10 off, or $20 of marketing money, what would you spend it on? Not 1,000, but $20 right now. What would you spend it on? And the shocking reaction that I get from most people is they don't need that 20 bucks. They need the direction for what to do, for how to convert that $20 into more money. But unfortunately, many folks, because they don't see the next step, like they don't see, first of all, where to direct all those people, what to say, why would those people trust you, and that psychological kind of thought is sabotaging your success. It's not pushing you forward. You're getting stuck thinking about, oh man, like I'm just gonna waste that 20 bucks. I'm gonna waste that 20 bucks and they're gonna come to my funnel. That funnel is gonna be bad It's not gonna convert any sales, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like there's this psychological fear that is baked into you. Probably invested in reliable stock and wait. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I did that and I became millionaire this year. But this is the boring way, and I know you want more exciting ways, guys. And more exciting ways is building your own talent agency. This way you could interconnect multiple people together and being in the middle and make money in the mix. Now, of course, it's not gonna, that agency is not gonna realize on its own. You have to put a little bit of social elements in the mix to interconnect your offer with other people's offers to finally create that bowl of energy, like a snowball, as I mentioned to you guys. Oh my God, I don't wanna sleep. I don't wanna sleep. But check this out, guys. Look, this is what I did in one day, just to kind of give you an idea how crazy the results were in one day. So this way you could go out and do the same exact thing, literally do exactly the same thing that I described just now. And not only did I describe what I did just now right here on YouTube, I went ahead and I described it on Threads, step by step, every single thing that you could do, whatever I did to start getting leads in a more peaceful way, in a more not like a hustling to infinity way, but in a clear way where you could follow and execute. Have a bunch of TikTok ads running just with one creative. Now I'm gonna back out a little bit and I'm gonna explain what I did just to kind of motivate you guys, just to kind of like make you realize that just chasing sales is not really like the only skill that you wanna that you wanna acquire, but rather the fact that it's part of your overall feudal kingdom. Just one skill. It's a powerful skill, but it's not the greatest skill. That's not the greatest skill. There's so many other skills besides sales, guys, like recruiting, like AI automations, content development, threads stacking, TikTok sniping, abs stacking, and hyper aggressive relationship building skills, plus UGC, tonality, maintaining tonality, soft skills. So the list goes on and on and on, guys. But I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did to quickly get incredible results. So this way you don't have to wait 2 years like I did, and you could just do it today, literally today. So, but first I'm gonna describe what I did. I kind of gave you the description, but it didn't really fully register with you because for now I just kind of talked about TikTok and threads and blue checkmark and meta ads, but didn't really tie that to like a sequence and particularly what I'm trying to do. But once I explain it to you what I'm trying to do, you could follow the same sequence and reproduce it for your brand. So meaning your feudal kingdom. Okay, guys? But I warn you, you gotta focus. You gotta focus not on what you're thinking for what matters to you, although you have that on the back of your mind, but rather focus on what I'm doing, how I'm building it, and then you're gonna be able to apply that for your use case. So this is what I'm doing. So first I'm gonna kind of describe to you very simple stuff without going through organizational structure of the whole company or anything like that. I'm just gonna tell you exactly what you gotta do to succeed. Like literally exactly step by step. And if you do that, you can sell whatever hell you want. Literally, product, program, service, doesn't matter. So this is how it works. What I did is instead of creating a video, I'm sure you guys heard of this concept of top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, all of those concepts. But like to you, I know to many of you guys, you may not understand those concepts. So I'm not gonna go into too many details about them. Instead, I'm just gonna say this: all I did was created a simple form on Meta with a basic ad set, with a basic campaign. So in simple words, what I did is I set up a basic Meta campaign. First, I'm going to just describe to you what I did quickly, and then I'm going to drill a little deeper to explain to you, so this way you could do it right away. So first thing what I did is I set up Meta ads, then I set up TikTok ads. I got them running and I got a blue check mark. 3 things. Boom, instant result, exponential results, leads coming in into Freedom Fusion System CRM, and not some random leads, but precisely the leads that I wanted. Now, this is extremely, guys, hard to do if you don't communicate with ChatGPT over a longer time period, and then literally getting ChatGPT to guide you in creating your own funnel. Once you create that funnel, guys, it's going to be the reason why you want to do that, why you want to use ChatGPT and like say, hey, build me a funnel, is because the next subsequent steps that you're going to be asking ChatGPT will be crucial. If you don't do that, collectively with ChatGPT and in combination with other business owners as well, you'll get disconnected. You'll become isolated. So the formula is you got to build the funnel together with other people, and by getting the guidance of ChatGPT while building this collectively for whatever it is, with whoever freedom founders that you teamed up with in a cohort, while promoting another feudal lord. So that's the T. That's a generic T. The next T is once you create that meta funnel. And I'm gonna go ahead and dive into a little mechanics. It's gonna feel like a little brain surgery, but I'm gonna try to explain it to you guys in a easy to understand way, so this way you could apply it right away and become successful in 2026. Immediately start getting sales, guys. This is, by the way, coming from a guy who made 0 sales. Now, some of you will be like, well, why should I listen to you? Well, the reason why is because, guys, Pepsi, $1 billion company, loved my marketing so much that they created a drink. This is the reason why you want to listen to me. Not somebody who's telling you I could get you $1 sale. Now, although it doesn't hurt to listen to a bunch of digital sis and digital moms, of course it's beneficial. But you got to combine both. You got to combine advice from folks who are making sales, specifically with the people who make 0 sales. Now, it may not make any sense, guys, but if you want to succeed, that's what you got to do. In the beginning of your journey, guys, look, people who are already making sales, they're not in your, they're already so far off from your mindset that anything that they tell you will be like gazillion miles away, and it will not register. It will just, instead, it will make you angry and quit. This is why I always tell people, do it together with people who made no sales, but together. And of course, get a little guidance here and there from folks who made the sales. But look, take an example of me. 0 sales in 2 years. Now I went ahead and one day created this really, really simple set of steps, getting leads like manna from the sky now. Now, what did I do, guys? And once again, I'm going to describe it, the mechanics now for what did I do inside of that meta ad campaign. How did I set it up? How much money did I spend? Was it a big risk for me? How did I reduce the fear of thinking that $20 is going to be spent and I'm not going to get any money out of it and I'm going to get cooked? What was the underlying reason for me to squash that fear? What helped? What psychological elements took place? Because if you don't understand those elements, guys, you could be literally spinning wheels for like 2 years. Now, I'm going to go ahead and quickly break down the mechanics for what I did on Meta first. And then I'm going to break down the mechanics on what I did on TikTok next. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tie it all together with why it's important to do it through ChatGPT guidance in combination with other freedom founders. Okay, you guys ready? So as soon as I created the funnel on Freedom Fusion System CRM, think of it as it's basically a system, a CRM that combines all those socials together. It works side by side with Hypism, and Hypism is a directory, American directory, where people have a profile, sort of like Facebook, except the difference is you get connected with actual people who would be more inclined in working with you, building feudal kingdom, versus just having a profile and not getting any support. So guys, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is like, okay, what did I do? And is that a helicopter? It's a helicopter, yay! So guys, look, after finishing this workshop, you're going to be so happy because you're actually going to know that there's a real person who struggled for 2 years to make sales, and then in one day, boom, just went ahead and started getting insane amount of leads. Now, this is not like something fake, guys. You could read my entire documentation on Threads, every single step. Once you finish this workshop, guys, you're going to be so happy because you're actually going to know for sure that there's a person who struggled, who went through multiple trials and tribulations, struggled and came out of this with some sort of a solution that allowed them to get exponential transformational results. Now, those results, I haven't hit any sales yet. I haven't hit any sales yet. Why? Guys, look, when you start getting leads, like if you get to the point of actually getting leads, which you will, providing that you finish listening all the way through this workshop and execute it. But like once you go through that phase, then of course I'll create another workshop. In fact, you know what, let me back out and hyper focus only on what I did to get you to this point, because I don't think you guys are ready for the next step, and heck, probably not even me ready for the next step, because that next step is taking place as we speak. So here's what I did, guys, with Meta ads. The biggest transformation was when I followed ChatGPT that told me, create a campaign, create ad set, create ads. But then I was like, man, I don't have anything specific, concrete to sell. Like, what can I tell? What can I build? What can I build that will allow me to like get people's emails? I was like, man, so, and that is a psychological factor that kicks in your back of your mind saying, wait a second, how the hell am I gonna spend money on something that I don't even know what I'm selling? This psychological twists, like they're constantly on the back of your mind feeding into you. But I went ahead and I skipped that. How? By literally saying, giving ChatGPT this prompt and say knowing that everything that you know about me, about all the business structures that I'm building, about my mission for helping moms over 40 spend more time with their pets, cats, kids, and dogs, while reducing chances of falling into AI psychosis and social media addiction. And with all the things that I'm building together with Hypism and how we're creating this American directory, and with all the things that you know about my products, programs, and services, my low ticket offers, and what I started doing is I started listing my low ticket offers, my medium ticket offers, which are fire offers, but just were never picked up by anybody because of that missing element. Now, some of you will say, well, I don't have any of those low ticket offers. I don't have medium ticket offers. I don't have any of those offers. I'm not ready to do that. Guys, it's okay. It's okay. Even if you don't have those, simply like you could use my offer together with Hypism, where you combine my profile, and use the power of inheritance to tap into your new audiences by leveraging my profile together with your profile on Hypism, while still promoting Hypism in the mix as American directory, but also including your business in the mix. Then, out of a sudden, you will create like this bond. It's sort of like a chemical bond, but it's in a digital world, where out of a sudden, those freedom founders in our gamified cohort will have a reason to promote you. So now you don't have to spend insane amount of money on like burning on ads and be like, damn, I don't have an offer. Man, no, but like people say, just build an offer, just post, everything is gonna be okay. Well, it wasn't okay for me for 2 years until I went ahead and I created that offer. And I did feel like it was a sacrifice of my own self, because I felt like I was going in opposite direction, promoting somebody else. But in reality, it turned out to be the greatest thing that I managed to pull off. Why? Because out of a sudden, I was able to restructure and reformat all of my previous offers that I created before in one ball of energy. And that ball of energy you could see in content. I mean, heck, just take a look at my content. Take a look at the content that getting posted in this YouTube channel, and see how I'm morphing together Hypism, American Directory, and our Freedom Fusion System CRM. Now, you may say, well, I don't get any of that. I don't know how I could come into that. What am I supposed to do? Why should I do that? Guys, when I was doing that, I didn't know either. Like, how will I make money out of it? But did you guys know? I'm gonna slightly move off tangent right now. Did you guys know? Yesterday, for the first time in 2 years, not only was I getting leads from TikTok and Meta and Threads simultaneously, and believe me, that blue check mark that I was telling you about, sheesh. But not only was I able to get all those kind of leads coming in, but I had actual businesses, international businesses from UK, be like, oh, we need accountant, we need this, we need that. Like actual businesses who now I'm like, okay, I actually do have somebody who is interested in finding an accountant. And at that point I was like, wait a second, I can't believe this is working. Well, what exactly is working? The collective gamified cohort experiences that while we play those games on Threads, we go back and forth, like interconnecting each other through Threads by communicating with many businesses. Entire strategy, guys. There's an entire game for that. But the main thing that I wanted to extract out of this is the fact that not only the leads started coming in from some of those boring ways that can burn your money into the toilet if you do it if you do it incorrectly. When I say boring, I'm talking about inorganic ways. I'm talking about the type of ways that can put a hole in your wallet. But how come I didn't put a hole in my wallet, and how do I know that I didn't put the hole in the wallet? The reason why is simple, guys. When I created those Meta ads and TikTok ads, I spent a fraction of my time on focusing on ads. Meaning like fraction. So imagine we sit there playing games, Threads Basketball, Threads Run Man, all of those games on those social platforms, promoting our feudal kingdoms. And then I go in and I turn on one simple funnel that includes a basic 60 seconds question that literally says, if you would like some direction and you stuck, this is not a course, then feel free to fill out that form. Super generic, no pitching, 60 seconds question with extremely generic questions that I didn't even cook up. ChatGPT cooked it up for me and said, look, you're all over the place. Here's how you gotta get something, because if you talk to those people in a way like as if they already know and understand everything, then you will never ever succeed. Instead, of course, the ChatGPT didn't really say that. It was a combination of both ChatGPT responses in combination with a bunch of other folks in cohorts. But what I did is I took that message to heart and I was like, look, I need to do something that makes sense. Where I literally start seeing at least emails, at least leads coming into my system. Because like before, I would come in, I would, create posts, hit likes, like do everything, all those things that people tell you. Zero crickets. It felt like I was a second order citizen, guys. Like literally on Threads without that blue check mark, I felt like I was a second order citizen. And to be honest, I still don't know what really caused people to start paying attention to my Threads. Was it the fact that I got a blue check mark, or if it was just me removing my picture and leaving my logo instead? Well, I guess we'll find out in a couple of days, but one thing I could tell you for sure is that from my interaction while using blue check mark, I can 100% with confidence say that the impact, the transformational impact of using this stupid checkbox was exponential. Now, How did I know? How did I feel it? Like, how's it impossible? That such a little thing can be so wild, guys, because the only explanation I have is when people look on thousands of threads and see your thread and you don't have that blue check mark, you don't flash right in front of them as that credible person. Even though it's not exactly like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a super credible person. It just gives you an extra boost, SEO boost and verification, making it easier for people to pretend like they're trying to steal your identity or whatever. But how did I discover that? How did I discover the blue check mark was such a fundamental, like crazy thing that I gotta do? Well, the discovery came to me after I noticed one of the accelerators. So guys, look, the accelerators are the types of people who I noticed having thousands of threads. Always buy. I have an exam tomorrow and I need to study for it. Bye. Yeah, for sure. Definitely study for that exam. Don't fail, guys. But look, here's what I'm gonna quickly break down the tea. So the accelerators. How did I discover about the blue check mark? Well, because of accelerators. Accelerators, the types of people who would get thousands on their threads. I started analyzing them to see what did I do different that produced results where thousands of them, like were each of those threads getting thousands of views. And when I found out what it was, the link was that they all had a blue check mark and they had very generic offers and they constantly produced extremely generic threads. So as soon as I realized that, immediately I went ahead and I got the blue check mark. Immediately after every single response, while responding on threads, I got literally people, before I would respond to people, and out of responses, I'd get like one. Now, with the blue check mark, now I respond, the ratio is like 1,000 threads. When I reply to people, on 1,000 threads, right now, the ratio is maybe like 700 replies back. Do you guys understand how monumental that is? That is like 70% reply rate versus 1% or like less than 1%, whatever. Maybe I should have compared that with 100 to make it easier. So anyway, the bottom line is it's extremely great response. Now, that doesn't mean that you go in and you just rely on a blue check mark. It just means that out of a sudden, you can a lot more. Now, another thing what I did is I set up Meta ads and TikTok. Now, here's where the TikTok tea is really hiding at. You see, when I set up Meta ads, I paid like literally $8 to $9 or something like that per lead. But when I set up TikTok ad, I got people who